Yeah. Dial-up noise from the modem.
Huge mood on that one for sure. That's my brains. That's my two brain cells every once in a while. Just dial-up connection between the two of
For shame, Skag is not in Roll20.
them. I still feel really bad. They look so good. Let's just take a look and make sure. Can I move my token?
Glad y'all like your tokens.
It looks so good. I love them.
Aw.
Nice. Nice.
Mwahahahahaha. I'm in row 20 now. Okay, leave me alone. I have everything pulled up that needs to be pulled up. Okay. So, wait.
I often do that myself. Having the phone app open is just as good, honestly. It's not as good for, like, you know. Yeah.
Restart the playlist. I have to go brush my teeth again really quick after eating that. I can feel stuff. I do. Fuck. I do feel it in my, like, in between my teeth, and I just saw like a big old bit of it.
What were you
Oh,
eating?
that's the worst.
A chicken salad.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, I'm trying to be healthier and lose the weight that's right here on my stomach, because that's
Huge
just
mood.
where all my fat goes. So I will be back so I can brush my teeth and look all pretty for this.
Chest eyes, 2 planeswalker casting, 4 zero infusions. Fuck me, artificers don't get anything. Most classic stones. Yeah, no, it's really not that big. Getting Tasha's culture with everything. Nah, it's Katars. Stay. Oh god, that is a lot. That's heavy as fuck. I just dropped that on my thigh for no reason. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's been listening to a lot of Rush lately. That's big mood, buddy. I feel you. You got it, Chief. God damn it, now it's in my head. Sick.
Sounds
On
a good
board, man.
idea.
Hit dice is D8. There we go. Jesus. Yeah, no, it's no. I'm an artificer. I'm basically a ranger. I'm a ranger that builds stuff. Quarter casters get back. Let's see. Start to be Constitution of Fire. Yeah, you see, that's why I have a low one because my con modifier is not that great, but it's not that bad. I'm rocking 3+2s. Like that's really not that bad. That's solid. Yeah. No, I actually like that kind of thing. I'm one of those folks that I don't mind having slightly lower stats on the whole, as long as they're across or like not as high spiking stats, as long as they're all above negatives. I don't like. I know that they can be a good and entertaining like you start role playing with it kind of thing, but I can rarely keep my focus on those kind of role plays for long. There's only so many jokes or so many like gags I can make out of herpa derp, my character don't got the brain, or my character drops everything because they got a minus dex or something. But I'm like, oh god, just stop, please. I don't want to take an entire level to get rid of a fucking meme stat that I've taken. I'm also gonna quickly pop over here. Would you like me to flip on your light up there, Assumption? Because I'm about to turn off the lights down here.
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay. Nice and comf.
Yes, I'm just so glad I get to be home. Oh, geez.
No, it's alright. I'm doing good. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Watch out. Ka-chow. I'm like the queen. Ka-chow. Oh, it is boiling something fierce.
Good. It will be delicious.
It will be. It already is looking really fucking good. Thank you, Mr. Rice Cooker.
Step 1 complete.
Nice.
Complete. And I got my light turned on now. Maha!
Oh, right. Shit. I forgot. Okay,
Streamlight! Streamlight!
There we go. There we go. This thing is so powerful, I can literally turn it away from me and it's still like blindingly bright. So.
Man, I got one of those ring lights and that was a terrible fucking idea. I absolutely hate it because I'm really photosensitive with my astigmatism, and I was just like, this is causing me physical pain by the end of the streams where I'd be on camera.
That's very fair.
Boom.
Omni may know what I mean. I don't know if you have astigmatism, but
I do, but I got it corrected.
yeah, then you guys know how it is when you have bright light right in your face. It's
Yeah,
physically
sucks.
painful.
Yeah.
It's
awful.
awful.
I actually discovered my stigmatism because when I would be walking around outside, I would close the eye facing the sun in Florida. And my mom would be like, why are you closing your eye? And I'm like, It's really bright out.
That's
I
how
don't like it.
that's how I figured mine out too. But mine's only in one eye, so or was.
Yeah.
But then LASIK was the thing, and I got that done.
Man, that's
I
not
actually
cool.
like glasses. But I haven't really
Is it just me, or does Omni sound like he's talking from under?
Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the Blind Eternities. This is the premiere of our Magic the Gathering Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And boy, oh boy, am I excited to have this absolutely wonderful cast here with us today. And yeah, let's see here. Trying to make sure everything is coming through okay. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to be the dungeon master this evening. I'm Red. You probably already know who I am. If you don't, I am a content creator here on Twitch and Twitter. But other than that, holy moly, the magic cards are your cams. Yeah, nice touch, right? I thought it would be cool. So I'm going to start in order of Wooburg, or how it's correctly ordered, blue, black, red. And I'll get to that on this is going to be a bit of a shorter session since we're just going to be sort of explaining the mechanics changes, the homebrew rules that have been changed. Also, hashtag open D&D, but not going to get into that right now because everybody already knows how we feel about that. But we're going to go left to right and introduce not only the player but also the character, and I'll be putting their art up on the screen whenever they introduce their characters. So let's start with Omni.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm the last Omnitech, your favorite robot American, and I am playing Chiru, Mirror Refugee, our only mirror character. I am super excited to play this little dude. I've been excited about this for a long time. For the record, we are using autognomes as the basis for the mirror. So
They work surprisingly well.
It's the best use of autognomes, I genuinely think. I normally hate them, but this is the best use of them. So yeah, I'm really excited with that. As far as the character goes, I'm playing an artificer. So, mirror build mirror. We're going to get there eventually. So keep an eye out for him. Largely to be quiet and contemplative and probably mostly building things. But that's the long and short of it. Oh, yes. Also, he is a pure blue mana planeswalker at the moment.
Nice. Yeah. So we're going to get to... as Omni said, he's a mono blue planeswalker. I'm going to get to that part. That's a homebrew thing that we have come up with. Homebrew crafting system. No. Well, no. We're going to use Xanathars for that if we're going to do any crafting at all. But that being said, I'm talking about artificers here. So artificers just kind of pull things out of the aether in the literal sense and Magic the Gathering. Here is Chiru's art. I'll put his little token up on the screen. There you go. Everybody can see the wonderful art done by our next planeswalker, Elise.
Yes.
Oh, he was just checking.
Oh yeah. That was the thing earlier.
Absolutely. Yeah, great. And funny thing about Capenna is not a single one of the heads of household are female. Yeah, and you actually just made me read. Oh yeah, Zaitora.
Zaitora.
Yeah, Zaitora's a
Zaitora.
demon dragon. Yeah, I didn't even think
Yeah,
about that. She's the only
she
one, though,
is.
right?
She is queen right now. She is queen.
I think she's the only female head of household.
I always thought Rafine was too, but
I thought Rafine was. Rafine kind of seems genderless to me. I'd honestly
Mhm.
see Rafine as a they them.
I think they're yeah.
Yeah, Rafine's very like you take a look at them and it's like, oh, they're definitely they them. You know, like they're
Yeah.
coded that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll put well, Tabria's art's already up there, so you can enjoy that. Also done by Elise. Like I said, every single one of the character tokens here are done by Elise, other than the NPC tokens that I'll be using. So thank you, Elise, once again. And Elise is identified as mono black for her color alignment. And lastly, we have Skag playing Sunny.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm Skagwater RPG, and yeah, today I will be playing Sunny Cinderhorn, the Minotaur Paladin. So I am super excited. He is from Ravnica, as you can tell. I don't know if you can see the little details on the horns here, but he's on the Boris Guild. So he will eventually be a red-white, hopefully. But right now, mono red is the way to go because we like to make things go boom.
Right on. Somebody said, yeah, let me figure that one out.
Oh no!
Say something now. Boy, let's try to figure that one out real quick. Properties. Oh, I guess I need to refresh. Say something now.
Something.
Ah, okay, good. Okay, that she should be live now. Thank you.
Probably reintroduce your character then, I guess.
Yeah, please okay, we'll have Skag finished. Skag, have you finished introducing your character? So I was just reading chat.
Dylan says that they can hear me now.
Cool. Okay. Skag is playing Sunny, who is mono red, and like I said, we'll talk about what that means in a little bit here. But Elise, could you reintroduce your character for us since you were muted? Because audio errors, of course.
I see how it is. This again. See, nobody wants to hear me talk like last night. I see.
I just work here, dude. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Skag, you're right. We are Grix's colors.
Yeah, Grixis.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's go. Nothing can go wrong when we're Grixis.
Yeah, you know what? You're so right. I can't think of somebody that's dominating Ravnica that lost.
Oof. Okay. I'll be playing Tavria, the female Capennan demon. She is from New Capenna, obviously before the events of Capenna, and she is mono black aligned. So we'll see how that works out.
We will see how that works out. So, folks, we're gonna do a little bit of a primer just to like give you an idea how things are working in this. We're not doing traditional D&D alignment in the way that there is no like lawful evil or chaotic good or anything like that. Instead, we are replacing alignments with color identity. So if you are familiar with the color pie and Magic the Gathering, it works just like that. If you are not, I'll give you a quick synopsis. So there are 5 colors known as Wooburg: white, blue, black, red, and green, and they all embody different facets of people and magic for that sense. So going from left to right again, each of our characters has picked traits from the corresponding color from the color pie to represent their characters. And Omni has picked blue. And Omni, what does Chiru represent, or like what does Chiru embody from blue on the color pie?
Knowledge and craftiness. That is 100% what he is. He is driven by the pursuit, the gathering, the hoarding of knowledge, and what it can do. And very much in a way that you and I would probably consider morally gray at best. So, in a way, he's a little bit like Tezzeret, just not as blatantly evil.
Yeah, Tezzeret's just straight up evil. Like,
Yeah.
he's literally just very self-serving. So
No, let's put no. He is the ultimate bootlicker out of
he is a
every
bootlicker.
planeswalker.
Yeah, he never does anything like on his own. You know, he always like serves somebody else while he's doing it, and then like turns their back on him whenever they're not like villain of the week anymore. So yeah,
Or gets cast his ass out every time it happens.
Yeah, he's an actual piece of trash from Alara, which that kind of tracks. Anyway, so yeah, Omni is embodying blue with Chiru, and Tavria, you are mono black. So please tell me what parts of mono black Tavria embodies as a character.
In that sense, Tavria's traits would be ambition and self-interest. Doing things that benefit her and not being afraid to get her hands dirty in the pursuit of achieving them.
Yeah, so just like general, like worrying about the self more than they worry about anything else, that sort of vibe. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And lastly, we have Sunny, of course.
Yeah, Sunny really goes after his impulses and his fury. That's what red represents, and he is all about that. He's going to act first, charge ahead, do his thing, and hopefully one day learn that's not always a good thing.
I guess we'll find out.
Hey. Take a look and see. Oh, hello.
Is everything good?
You alright, Ren? Gotcha.
Is Nick having technical difficulties?
We'll see, yeah.
Probably.
Oh, sorry about that. He's getting some things taken care of really quick. Okay.
Your little man's.
Yeah, you get a little mirror fella.
I don't know. I just like to dance. I like to make him dance. Makes me happy.
It's adorable. He's fine.
I love it.
He's a good boy.
So, in Dungeons and Dragons fashion, I'm going to have my players roll initiative to see how we introduce each other's planeswalkers. So, one thing that we have talked about in this is each of the characters are planeswalkers. So they have the ability, or they have gained the ability to traverse the blind eternities, which allows a person or a character to traverse between one plane to the next. So each of these characters has had an experience that has ignited their spark, as it were. And we'll start with. If you guys would like to roll initiative for me, like I said.
Alrighty.
Oh, come on.
We got we got a 20. Skag is interesting, so it's gonna be a bit weird.
Initiative.
And a 10. Okay. So starting with Skag, Sunny's a bit strange because his spark ignited, but he didn't planeswalk. So
It was more like a teleportation thing that's just like, oh shit, I'm already here.
yeah, you just tried to leave and then you just like blinked back into existence. You flickered. You flickered.
Yeah.
You just came back. So
they went from one place to one part of the city to another and looked up at Nicol Bolas and said, well, fuck.
So Sunny was in the middle of probably fighting the Dreadhorde, literally just cutting down Eternals the best they could with alongside their Boros legionary friends. And 1 minute you're there, next minute you see people just getting absolutely slaughtered in the streets, and you feel this overwhelming emotion in your chest, and then you just completely blink out of existence. And then next time you reappear, you aren't any longer in the part of the precinct that you were in. You now see the 3 prominent pillars of the Azorius Senate, and you see something large spinning above it and glowing in this bright, luminous yellow, and you're not sure what to think, and it's intimidating to say the least. But you're alone, and there is mayhem being wreaked throughout the streets. There is purple balefire falling from the sky. There are these weird blue Lazatep-coated soldiers just charging around, maiming people. You're not really sure what to do or what to think, other than just doing your duty as a legionary and trying to protect and save people. But you don't even know if you can save yourself at this point.
He's still gonna... Sunny would definitely still... It doesn't matter about himself. He's gonna try to protect the others.
Selfless. My man's dipping into mono white at some point, don't you worry.
Oh, no, he's going to be red-white for sure.
So, that's your introduction out of the way for planeswalking, since yours is pretty brief, since it's just like you're in the city and then you just teleport somewhere else in the city. It's like, what happened?
Yeah. This is fun!
Blame me, is it? Is probably the best people to blame for that. So, moving down initiative, we're going to go to Chiru, who is a native of Mirrodin. Whoops, sorry, New Phyrexia.
yeah. Ow. That still hurts even decades later.
So, what are you doing? You're going about your daily life at this point. What are you doing right now? Nothing's changed other than the fact that you put your body into a mirror at some point, and now you're continuing your studies, blah, blah, blah. I want to know what you're doing at the moment. Current time.
So, at the moment, he is currently... He was probably in the middle of helping the mirror move and stay ahead of the Phyrexian Scourge, which is how they survived, by the way, is they either willfully were remade in the image of Phyrexia, in some cases they remade themselves, in other instances they kind of just scurried out of the way and hid. Things like shimmer mirrors, where you can hide them in between literally seconds, like pausing time, or hiding in between the moments we're not using, or invisibility fields, burrowing into Mirrodin, just knowing the many thousands of different pathways across Mirrodin better than the Phyrexians did. And so Chiru has spent a fair bit of his time looking around, trying to find some advantage. And I figure they were probably ambushed by Phyrexians. And at that point, after everything, after watching Mirrodin slowly be consumed by the Phyrexians, after watching all the best efforts at overthrowing the Phyrexian advantage fall, watching angels be perverted and stripped and rebuilt to be monsters, watching other creatures remade, including Mir, and he probably just has this one moment of pure, utter, hopelessness, just dread. And that's what would awake his Planeswalker spark, and he would just and wherever he go, there he be. So,
So
yeah, no, that was where he was, like, right before he went.
yeah, so what would happen is this accumulating stress, you would probably figure it to be some sort of um how do I describe it? Like an artificial headache, like a migraine. You see this like bright white light like towards you, but it's not the kind of bright white light that you like. It's like a pain from a migraine. You realize you're intelligent enough to realize that this is a beacon, and you don't know what this beacon is, but it is calling to you, and you're desperate. You're desperate to protect your mere friends. You're desperate to protect the original inhabitants of what was once Mirrodin, and this seems like your best option. And you're mono blue. I mean, the pursuit of knowledge is like the biggest embodiment for you. So going to this here little portal or this beacon, going towards this like weird glowing light is tantalizing to say the least.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The second he sees it, he would push towards it and just slog his way through. And hopefully, when he arrives, it's somewhere of value to him. Although I'm sure he is incredibly frustrated and probably horrified that he will be the only one who emerges there.
Hell yeah! So you end up on it goes from like this peaceful quiet and like looking over what remains of your world that's been taken by Mycosynth, and then next moment you use your mind, you reach out towards this beacon, and then you're in this massive open city street, and you see things exploding. These giant towers that are just floating are being destroyed. There's things exploding. There's balefire everywhere. There's these guys in weird blue armor marching around the streets, spearing people, and you see something truly terrifying. You see somebody blink into existence, and it reminds you of yourself. You just blinked into existence. It's like, wow, they blinked into existence. They look like a regular being, probably not from Mirrodin. They're dressed very strangely. They don't look like Ariok or anything like that. But one of these weird metal creatures runs over to this person, and instead of spearing them like the rest, they force them to the ground and put their blue Lazatep covered hand over their head, and you see them start glowing, and this person on the ground starts getting like rapidly dried up, like all the power, moisture, and energy is being sucked out of them, and you see this creature start glowing very brightly, very violently, until its head just explodes and like shattered metal goes everywhere, and you see this bright spark just go flying, and with your eyes you follow it. I guess you technically have eyes on the side of your head. With one of your eyes, you follow it as it goes up and towards this massive, and I mean like absolutely gargantuan structure that just dwarfs anything in this massive city. And you see this giant figure with horns, and between its horns is a small little egg-shaped thing, and it's glowing brightly. And there, you just see these streaks of light, just like the one you just saw escape this person, heading towards whatever this ominous figure is in the distance. And this figure is titanic. I mean, you're blue. You can estimate this thing to be about 40 to 50 feet in height.
Okay, yeah. Just taking a look and see what he has right now. How high up am I? Is there like anywhere nearby I can just sort of like leap off?
How high up are you? So you are on the street. You are on ground level.
On the street. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Not too far off in the distance, you sense the presence of that beacon thing, and then you see that it's a tower, like far, far off, and you realize that you were paid.
Seeing this, I'm pretty sure Cheer's first reaction would be just, again, he's mirrored, so breathing is a misnomer, but he'd probably spit out like a trail of static in Mirren cussing, which would, or at least for mirror language, specifically mirror cussing. And he would immediately just begin sprinting using his small size. He'd have his little metal wings and the orbs that sort of let him levitate tucked back. And just using his wand, he would run around and sort of just try to stay out of the way. And he's going to see if he can find somewhere to hide more than anything. Fighting is not a thing he's terrible at, but he vastly would prefer not to. He's looking for somewhere he can go that he can either hide in and then get a better assessment, or just see if there's anywhere he can go. So I don't know if you want to consider that stealth or perception, whichever one he would lead with, I guess would be what it would be. Okay. And I think he's smart enough to want to know where he's going before he goes somewhere.
I would say stealth would be appropriate for this.
Okay. Okay, my boy. That's not bad.
Pretty good. Make sure you're not rolling with advantage.
It always pops up. It'll always pop up. You just go by the first one.
Oh, okay. So 13. There we go.
We'll go with 13. Then.
That's cool. That's good to know.
So with a 13 in stealth, you manage to stow yourself away into a building that seems to have a massive hole torn in the side of it. But you know that there's not anybody in there except for corpses. And these corpses are of humans, and you don't really see humans unmodified like the Ariak and what have you. These people are completely unmodified, and they're just cadavers all over the floor. Absolutely slaughtered. And for what? You have no idea. You have no idea what's going on. You've arrived in the middle of some sort of mass-scale, multi-planar invasion.
I'm pretty sure having seen this, like he'll hunker down by one of the bodies and sort of like pull it close, almost sort of like a cloak, like a rain cloak, and just use it to sort of like scoot closer to the window and peer out. And since he's arrived here and flickered here, like he's seen others do now, he's going to make the logical leap. Others will be coming like him. And if that's going to happen, if he can grab one of them before they can be harmed, they might be able to mount at least a fleeing defense of some kind. So he's going to keep his little metal eyes scanning the area, doing his best to not be visible underneath the corpse of whatever unfortunate humanoid he's grabbed.
Okay. In that regard, let's move on to our last planeswalker, who is being forcefully shunted here.
Oh boy. It's me!
So Tavria, what were you doing before? So, okay. So Tavria, you've experienced planeswalking before. You had the experience. You have no idea how to do it again. It's one of those things where it's, oh, you did it once, and now you're not sure you can ever do it again. So, let's say you're sitting on a dock, currently in Innistrad of all places, and you're just fishing. And out in the water, not too far out in the water, but like far out enough in the water, you see like this weird glowing. You feel like this weird glowing sensation in the water, and it's almost within reach. And you have a net, so
That's not suspicious at all.
no. As far as you're aware, recently the shores of Nephalia have been very quiet.
I'm gonna have her make an investigation check, see if she can figure out what is going on.
By all means.
If it's just, swamp gas or a hallucination. A 9.
You don't know what it is, but you want it. A particular part of you is like, yeah, I want that, whatever it is. It's shiny. Maybe the moonlight is just like hitting it just right. Of course, the moonlight on Innistrad is a little bit more ominous given the recent events.
Yeah, there's like tentacles in the moonlight and shit.
Not particularly.
I know, I'm joking. That was an Emrakul joke, by the way, if anybody didn't get that reference. Emrakul's trapped in the moon. She's very confused and very hesitant because she's never seen anything like this before. Is my friend around?
No, not currently.
Okay. In that particular case, how deep out in the water is it?
Like I
Like, could
said,
it?
it's within reach, within like the reach of a net.
Okay. In that particular case, she's gonna get up and try to cast her net onto the ball of light and see what happens. Just try to like poke the proverbial snake, so to say.
As you reach out towards it, you feel yourself getting sort of like sucked in, like you're being like forced. Not like something's grabbing you, but like it's like the sensation of putting your hand on like a vacuum cleaner, but you're putting your whole body into it, as it were, and you feel yourself drug forward until you are literally just spit out into a city street. And like the other two, you're witnessing a full scale invasion. Now, this place isn't exactly unfamiliar to you since you come from a plane that's just literally a city. But this plane is a bit strange in its architecture. You're not familiar with it. Maybe like old Katanen, if you had to make a guess. But you're watching a mass scale invasion occur
So
before you.
basically, the decor is shit, is what you're saying.
It's gothic. It's very it's inspired by Gothic. Ravnik is inspired by a lot of different things. It's Gothic, Italian, Mediterranean.
I'm
It's a
being
very Renaissance-esque city.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm being sarcastic.
No, I
It's-
know. I'm just trying to put a picture in the head of people at home that aren't familiar.
Do we have
with
a
it.
handout for Ravnica?
No, I don't right now. Sorry.
For those who don't know what it looks like. Okay, well, obviously after that, Tabby is in a state of shock. Just unsure of what to do, especially after being ripped away from another home.
So this is when Chiru, you see this big demon just sort of blink into existence in the middle of the road. And you see a small group of these these you're not sure what to call them yet. They look undead almost. They're like weird metallic undead creatures, and they're quickly closing in on her.
Let me see what I got. Oh my god. Okay, so Chiru, from where he's sitting, is going to take his little wand staff, which his staff is literally just like a metal. It almost looks like a metal toothpick, scaled to like be the size of a quarterstaff for him. And at the top is just this chrome orb, the same silver style polish he has. There's one little glowing ring of blue around it. He's just going to take it, tamp it on the ground, and hold his hand out, and static electricity is going to leap across his from the orb along his little metal frame. And as he holds out his little 3-fingered metal hand, he's going to exert himself, and it'll be a little like burbling line of code emerges from the verbal component. He's going to grab a nearby chunk of whatever is appropriately sized for him on this, and he's going to catapult it at these creatures coming at them. So he's
Probably a
casting spell
brick.
catapult.
You probably find like a brick. Like
Perfect.
the entire wall of this place collapsed in, so you can find a good sized huckable brick.
Perfect. Yeah,
So
he'll
I
just
believe
grab
that
the sharpest one, lift it, and throw it. And this is a spell attack roll, I believe.
No, I believe it's a dex
So,
save.
I think, let me take a look and just make sure, because I have not used this spell in a hot minute. Catapult. Buried way down in there. I've always wanted to use catapult, and I've just never had a chance.
It's one of my favorite spells. It's just so much fun because, like, even if you miss the thing that you're aiming at, it still travels in a straight line, and so if it hits something behind it, you still hit something. So,
Yep, if an object would strike a creature must make a dex saving throw.
okay.
So,
You're doing a little bit of what you like to call Mirren bowling, and this sharp hunk of rock goes flying from your little 3-fingered hand, and it hits one of these creatures. Go ahead and roll your damage for me. It hits the first one in this like little group of 3.
Nice. All right, 3d8 bludgeoning damage, 18 bludgeoning damage. It was a first level spell. Yeah. So he just holds his hand out, and it sort of arcs out, and it just sort of lashes onto it. It's almost like sort of the I guess it would really be like the Half-Life gravity gun kind of effect. Sort of holds it out, and his hand sort of vibrates as he's steadying it. And then he turns, draws an arc, and as he does, there's like a little arcane, almost like a slide rule that appears in front of him, as he's literally calculating wind speed and the arc of the throw. And he just sort of looks over, locks eyes with one of the things, and throws it, and you just hear this sound as the rock sort of sharpens, breaks apart, and then edge first just rams right into where the underside of this thing's head is, because these things don't have a lower jaw, right? It's like this weird Lazatec
They're just like
skull
one
thing.
solid head. Like,
yeah, exactly. So it sort of rams like right in and thunk takes him off his feet and like skids him back a couple of feet. And Shiro just sort of like lowers his hand a little bit and emits a series of 3 beeps as loud as he can in what is binary, which would, if it isn't obvious, like a please come here, like he's repeating it as often as he can to Tavria, just like beep, 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 as much as he can. Just trying to be like, get over here.
Tavria was kind of hitting a freeze response in just being dropped into that situation after being just like peacefully sitting on the dock fishing. So we're gonna swap the flight response literally, and she's just gonna lift off the ground, go flying. She to paint a picture, obviously she's a full-size demon, about 7 feet tall, with her horns, and she has these enormous leathery bat wings. It kind of knocks a couple of the zombies over as she uses her lower body strength to push up into the air.
okay. So when you get up into the air, you realize that these undead things are not just on the ground. And you rapidly realize that when you see one that has wings and it's rapidly flying towards you with the same spears that the ones on the ground are using.
That motherfucker. How dare he? How dare
Hey,
he have wings?
there are even on what's the plane? Amonkhet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that like, are you prompting me to roll initiative, or
I'm
what are you
prompting you
doing?
to get out of the air for now.
Okay, well, I am going to.
Well,
gonna
I mean,
go
you could try to fight this thing, but
I don't think I want to.
yeah.
I don't think that I want to by myself right now. So we're gonna do a sharp pivot and go flying towards our little robot critter friend.
Not too far off, while you're up in the air and like going down, you see these people all dressed up in plate mail, or not plate, but like heavy armor with swords, and they're combating these things in the street. And turning around the corner like rapidly, you see this just behemoth of like a cow person. You're not really sure what to do with this information. There's a giant man with a cow head, and and he
Are
is
there
ready
not
to fight.
are there not minotaurs on Capenna?
No,
Huh.
you've never seen a minotaur.
So I guess he looks like a fluffy ogre.
Yes.
It's a cow Luxodon.
A fluffy, horny ogre.
Sure. If that's how you want to phrase it.
Horned ogre. You know, really, I mean, there are beastkin on Capenna. There's like catfolk and there's the Ashino.
Sphinxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are sphinxes. I forgot about that.
Catfolk and sphinxes. So he's
This
just
this thing isn't too out there, in your
he's
humble
a
opinion.
Cowfolk.
Cowfolk, coofolk.
Yeah, he's a cowfolk.
So, Sonny, as you're like charging in to fight these things, you realize that you're not alone, and there are more Boros in the street. But here's the kicker: you see a Hasda marshal fighting alongside Boros, which you never see that. Like that, you know, things are desperate when the Hasda are helping the guilds, because the Hasda are known for abhorring the guilds, as you know. So, you see this Hasda marshal with one arm behind their back, and he's just elegantly holding this like rapier type sword and just cutting these things down. But he's getting rapidly surrounded. The Boros legions they seem to be doing quite fine. You know they're capable soldiers. They can take a hit or two.
Yeah. All right, cool. So he's gonna. Sonny's noticing the the marshal, he's gonna charge ahead and literally use the dash action, and he's going to bonk with his head whoever's
Ram
attacking
'em.
that thing
Yeah, ram
using
'em.
Goring Rush
Ooh, kill him.
and the Hammering Horns. So, let's see here. Hwacha! Oops, did it twice. That's a net. Oh shoot!
No, that's a nat
Natural
20.
tw-
Go ahead and roll your
natural
There
damage.
we
20.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. So
Off to a good start.
Love it.
he go mega bonking on this thing,
My man straight
and
bonking.
20 points of damage total, I guess. Jesus Christ!
Let's see here. Oh no, that second one you accidentally rolled the attack twice. So go ahead and roll roll another d6 and add it to that total.
Okay, cool.
Wish it was 20. That'd be impressive.
That'd be a great start.
I would be. I'd be like, geez, this is not. That's crazy to me already. Oh, okay.
Nah,
Woo! 6 points.
regardless, don't you knock this thing on its ass?
I shove it 10 feet. I know that. Must make a DC 13 save.
Okay. Let's.
Or be knocked back 10 feet and prone. So
Okay. You just absolutely slam into this thing and you send it like absolutely flying, stumbling backwards, and it just collapses to the cobbled street. And you completely saved this Hasda Marshal from getting speared through the back.
and Sonny's just gonna look at the marshal and give like a silent nod, as in, are you ready to keep fighting?
he purses his lips and nod like, so be it. And he's just gesturing with his sword to where you can see these Boros legionnaires fighting, and he's heading right towards them to help them out. And that is when the players intercept, and I do have a battle map. You know me, I can't go without battle map.
Battle map, battle map, battle map.
Battle map.
So
Did you make
let's
this
see.
one, hun?
Yes, I did.
Yay!
I make many a battle.
Many a map.
Many a map, many a battle. Let's see. So get all the tokens on the board. And don't worry, to save time, I pre-rolled initiative. So,
Thank goodness.
except for you guys are gonna have to roll your own initiatives. But here you go.
Ooh.
And I will let the viewers at home see this.
Ooh.
No peace, only battle. I agree, Dylan. Only fight. Boop. Hey, there we go. Okay. So, everybody roll initiative for me.
Okay.
Click on your token.
I don't like those tokens. I don't like them. I see them. I see the artwork on them. I know what they do. I do not like them.
Skag knows what the cards are.
Oof.
I have used them many a time for modern and standard. I don't like them.
Yeah, buddy. Good stuff.
Woo.
Good starts.
Okay. So we got a 14 and a 20. Did you guys select your tokens?
I did. Yes.
I don't think I did. Hold on, give me a second.
Oh no, Sonny.
Ah, y'all go live on without me. No, I'm kidding. Just initiative.
Says you have a 20 in initiative. When'd you get that?
I
That
got a 20 in
was-
initiative.
Both of you did.
Yeah, Tav did.
What?
Well, I'll give you 5. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's
Tavriel
showing,
got a
it's
20.
showing 20 on the turn order, but I don't know. You rolled a 5, so I don't know how that one worked. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in for the folks at home's sake so they can see what's going on with Tavria and Chiru. Chiru, you got a 14?
I got a 14, yeah.
Not bad. Okay, so Tavria, you are here. You're passing by what it looks to be the ruined remains of some sort of like church place of worship type building. You see that there's like a giant tree growing out of it. So neither of you know what that is, but Skag,
Oh,
Sonny,
Selesnya.
you're in Selesnian territory.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you know
not
shit's
good.
bad when there are no Selesnian Conclave Rangers in sight. Like they are not to be found.
Ooh.
Oh fuck.
So shit's bad. And coming crashing out of one of the windows is an Eternal, and it stands itself up to its full height. These things vary in height greatly. Like they're not all one uniform height. They once were like some sort of biological form, and this one holds up its like pitched or like a two-pronged spear to fight you. Tavria, what do you do?
Does this thing have wings? Can it fly like the
No,
other one that I saw in the air?
No, the ones in the air seem to be not caring about you. Like that, their objective is not you. It's just anything in the air was their objective. So when you drop down, they stopped caring.
Okay, then I have an idea.
Also, this is the art is Zombie Army by Tomasz Jedrzejek, and I love this art. It gives me like
That's so cool.
it gives me Iron Maiden vibes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like just like oh,
It does, yeah. It does
totally
look like something to be
Trooper.
on the
It's
cover
totally
of
the
the Trooper.
Trooper.
that's exactly what I thought when I
is.
first saw the token.
Yep.
I was like, no. But yeah, I will be using art from the game, obviously, and I will be crediting every single one of the artists, of course. But Tavria, what would you like to do?
Okay, I have an idea, and this may not work, but I want to get a little bit creative. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Sure.
I'm gonna move into melee range, and then I'm gonna make a grapple check with this guy.
Okay, grapple away.
So that's a unarmed.
It's a, I believe it's
Actually, what I'll do is I'm gonna rage because I'm really pissed off that I just got teleported to another plane against my will.
angry.
So let me put a rage indicator on myself. What would you like me to use?
The guy screaming.
Oh,
I think there's
God.
multiple of those.
This one.
Okay, that's fine.
Little screaming.
Um,
Hydrate, don't dehydrate. Thank you, Naris. I'm gonna increase the size of the
Thank
text so I
you.
can read it a little better because I am actually blind evidently.
and so I'm raging, so I have a +2 to my checks. I'll make my athletics check. So this will be athletics +2.
This will be contested by the Eternals athletics, of course.
Oof, that'll be a 12.
Okay. I will roll real quick.
Level 1 characters.
You successfully grapple.
Okay. So with my strength,
You want to try
I
to lift
have
this thing up into the air. And
yes,
drop it.
I have a push drag or lift of 480 pounds. So I want to fly 30 feet in the air and drop this guy.
Tis a very combat effective one-hit punch.
Roll a d20 for me. Not with any modifiers. I just want you
Just
to roll
a-
a d20 for me.
Like kind of like a chance die.
Yeah, sort of.
12.
So you hoist this idiot up into the air, and it's like trying its best to like break away from you and like stab you, and I actually grab your head. But you lift it up into the air, and as you have it at like 30 feet, 3 stories above the ground, you see one of those Aven creatures just flying rapidly towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to use your reaction?
To drop this guy? Actually, you know what I want to do? If you let me, I want to make another athletics check, and I want to throw him at the Aven guy.
Sure. Or you could let the make an athletics check. We'll see how it goes.
Or I could what? What were you gonna say?
No. You make an athletics check. We'll see how it goes.
Is he gonna spear me? Can I use him like a meat shield or zombie shield?
We'll make an athletics check. We'll see how it goes. Like I said.
Okay. Okay, again, +2 from rage.
Mhm.
Oh, 24!
So, as you see this Aven rapidly flying towards you, you decide to turn the body, and it gets speared through, and the Aven gets stuck in this. So, you have 2 people, and do you want to use your free action to drop an item?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop him. I'm gonna drop both of them.
Okay, so each of them are going to take 3d6 falling damage, so please roll that for me.
Yeah. 12 damage.
Okay, so what happens is as you let go of these things, the Aven goes like tumbling towards the ground since it like got completely intercepted in that regard, and it hits the ground, and you see this Lazotep lighting just shatter, like both of them just like shatter, and there's like this weird blackened flesh that's like underneath all of this armor, and it just like breaks across the ground.
Oof.
Lazotep's not like a fragile metal, obviously, but it's not. It shatters. So you just watch these two just splat on the cobbles below.
Nice. That worked well. Crack them like eggs. Let
Like
me put
egg.
the
Remember, you guys had
flying
your
indicator.
planeswalker abilities. You're allowed to use those.
Looking for the little flying indicator so I can mark myself as 30 feet in the air.
30 feet in the air.
There we go. Okay. Oh, I wrote that down. Where did I put it?
Is that it for your turn?
Action, bonus action, free action, movement. Yeah, I did literally everything I could possibly do.
Excellent. So you watch all of you are seeing these guys like meet up in combat, and they start swinging at each other and what have you. And I'm going to save us some time here and just do the flats of damages to not get bogged down with NPC combat, because that's not what we're here for. We are inevitably going to get over to Chiru, but while Chiru is deciding what to do with his turn, I will be doing everybody else's turn. So please go ahead, Chiru.
Okay, so Chiru is watching all this madness happen, and this this demon creature who just appeared, and his first thought was, "Oh, demons! There's things like that on Mirrodin. They're not pleasant, and I have never met one I've enjoyed or liked, but maybe it can help. They are usually good with magic," and then she fucking suplexes one of these things, and Jiro goes, "Oh," and immediately starts recalculating in his head what to do. Seeing these things advancing and really, like, having witnessed what they're capable of, Chiru's going to step forward with his little metal body to about here. And I'm assuming each point on the grid is about 5 feet.
Yeah, each square.
So that's about 10 feet forward. That's fair. And as he does, he steps forward, points his little staff forward so that the orb is facing outward. Electricity builds on it. He grabs it, and then he sort of just twists it. And you hear this little sound as a static arc connects it to the nearest dude. And I'm going to be firing the equivalent of a crossbow out of that guy.
Nice.
So let's
ping the one you're shooting at for me, so I can just mark that down real quick.
Yes, that will be over here. This one, right?
No, that guy. Okay, gotcha. That one. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that color. By the way, that should not be that color. There we go. Proper ping. There we go. So yes, we're gonna go for a dex attack. So it's gonna be a standard. This is his staff arc. Okay, so that is a 10 to hit. No advantage.
No!
Okay,
yeah, I'm going to be sad a lot, I suspect.
So my... let me think here. Yeah, that is not going to hit unless you have any sort of like modifier to add to that or what have you.
I do have one that I can do, which is my, I'll use my Built for Success D4. So Built for Success being a mirror who happens to be a reskinned Autognome, I can add a D4 to any one attack roll. Would that be enough to get me there? Do you think?
If you roll very high, yes.
Okay. Let's see what we can do.
Might as
D4.
well.
13 total.
I'll let you have it because of the flanking.
Okay, thank you. So that's the case. Then that's going to be D8 damage. As
the way I do flanking, by the way, is if anything, if you have any ally on the opposite side of an enemy, I give you +2 to hit.
Sick.
I don't do
All right, thank
advantage flanking. I do +2 to hit. So
That's great. I'm down with that.
roll
So
your
that's the case then. The arc connects, and let's do the damage roll. I wish you would just be a little easier to read there, roll 20. Could you stop? Okay, fine.
No.
We're doing the damage. Zap. Wow, I'm just rolling complete butt today.
3 piercing.
Wow. Yep. 3 piercing as the little arc just zaps across and connects. And for a second, just like that little, literally just like the static arc between two coils. And he just sees it does almost nothing. He just looks at it and just like claps it a couple of times and twists it. And you can hear a click sound as it rotates another thing in. He's going to use the rest of his movement to skitter this way to about here and end his turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so that'll be okay. So I'll pass it over to the marshal. The marshal is going to exchange a look with you, Sonny, and he's going to gesture to the encroaching horde, and he's wondering what you want to do. I think you're muted.
I'm just looking at the turn order right now. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, there's a lot back to back going on.
Okay. Do I see this guy right here?
Yeah, you see this fellow. He's wielding a spear, not unlike the others, but you see there's a bit of like an arc, like a Jacob's ladder, bit of arc of electricity going up and down it, and it's like stepping up and over this once proud monument. And he has this long flowing robe on, and there's like a general spark in his eyes, and it's like, oh, that's not good.
Oh, goody. Okay. I'm gonna look at the marshal and say, "You take care of the horde. I got that one," and point to that.
Understood. And he's gonna start running. 1, 2, 3, 20, 25, 40. So he's gonna run in, and he's not gonna do anything with this turn. He's literally just gonna like get stuck in. And there's an Eternal, and then Chiru, and that Eternal in the back. Okay, so I'm going to move this Eternal up. He's not going to be able to actually do anything. He's going to be able to engage. And then, here's the fun part. Stepping out from between the ruined buildings and the rest of the army, you see this massive, like, swinging, molten hot bit of iron just like spinning around. And you see that it is a little bit it's better armored than its compatriots. This is Dreadhorde Butcher by Piotr Dura.
Fucking bullshit.
You remember this from Standard, Sky?
Dude, that's one of my favorite cards in Standard, okay?
Oh, dude,
I loved this thing.
I love playing red black aggro with this bastard.
Fucking no, you gotta thud this bitch and just be like, nah, fuck off. I win the game. Deal 15 points of damage out of nowhere.
Easy peasy. Even when you kill it, it's still a pain in the ass. So this thing is just going to like shove its way like between the Eternals and this guy, and he is going to make an attack. And the way I have these guys set up is they can hit multiple targets in a single swing.
Oh, yay.
So I'm gonna have him roll real quick.
Hold on. That might change the way that I do something.
Okay, this will be okay. So what's gonna happen is he's going to hit this one, and I'm gonna roll again because he has advantage because these guys have pack tactics. I'm brutal. Okay. So he's going. You're gonna see him like spin around, and he's gonna hit one of the legionaries and knock it off of its feet, and the other one's just gonna get splattered against the other Eternal, just completely gone, dead, done for. And this one's going to take a whopping 8 points of damage. Let's see here. Let's see here. So yeah, like I said, one of these guys just completely dies, like utterly and outright. And this thing seems to not only kill one of them, but also get a little bit stronger after it's killed. You see it start igniting more with fire. It starts like glowing like a forge. And that'll be the next few Eternals, but then we will. Let's see. Sunny, if you'd like to take your turn, there's not really much you can do to interact here other than these things getting in, and
Oh no, I can Goring Rush
you can definitely Goring Rush. That is something you can do.
because I just checked it all out, and they are all within 60 feet.
Nice. Yeah, go for it, man.
So, oh, thank you. All right, cool. That just made
Yeah.
it even easier.
I'm just taking everybody's turns.
Whoa, bum, motherfucker!
My man's charging. Okay, go ahead. Next.
Gonna knock them down like you're playing bowling out here.
There's a lot of bowling going
Hitting
on.
this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Okay, make your roll for me.
Okay. Let me get to it really quick.
Let's see.
Horns. 16.
Nice. You're hitting this guy.
This one that's right in front of the Dreadhorde.
Oh, this one. Yeah. 16 is
Yeah.
going to hit.
Going to what?
Going to hit.
Okay. 7 points of piercing damage, and he has to make a strength save or be knocked prone and move back 10 feet.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. So strength save, 7 piercing damage. Wow, that's a lot of damage. All right, let's see here. That's a lot of damage. So he's going to collide with the butcher. So I like doing collisions in this way. I like flavoring collisions as falling damage. So if you'd like to roll 2d6, and we'll assign the damage.
Sweet.
Right.
Alrighty. Ooh.
Nice.
Sure.
So you want to describe smashing this guy between you and the butcher?
So Sonny, as he sees this entire horde start to gang up, and he sees his one of his fellow legionnaire goes down, he moves his shield to the side and his whip over, and he lets out a massive call. I don't want to say moo. Because that just sounds weird.
Moo.
And he rushes this one, and he says, "Not into my Ravnica, you are not," and smashes his head directly into this, straight down into the chest.
Hell yeah! This thing just completely explodes, and you see Lazarov go everywhere, and the butcher just like turns to look at you like you fucked up.
And he'll whip his, and he'll take his whip, and he'll whip it outwards as in a challenge.
Oh, this is like an Indiana Jones scenario, getting completely surrounded.
Yeah.
So, what you realize to be a frontline medic, and if you guys remember that card, kudos to you. It's a great card. Frontline Medic by William Marai. I love this art. So
This is one of the dopest arts of all of Ravnica.
great expressions. Just I feel like William just in this single piece embodied the entirety of Boros for like every other set that came after. So did such a great job. Also, William works for he does work for he still does work for Wizards, but he also works for like a bunch of other fantasy companies. He's done work on Overwatch and like World of Warcraft and stuff like that too. So yeah, he's one hell of an artist, and he's got a lot under his belt.
You can always tell his spike shields.
Hell yeah, we love spike shields.
That's like his signature.
Spike shields are too badass. You can't pass them up. Okay, Eternal Poking time. That medic restored his hit points to this particular Legionnaire right there. He cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. And yes, in case you're wondering, in the book for Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, Frontline Medic is an NPC. I was like, that's really cool. Okay, so we're gonna have Eternals attacking. Of course. We'll be back around to Tavria.
My turn.
Yes, I'm just having the Eternals attack, and only one of them manages to hit this Legionary. Okay, that'll be your turn then.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Things have changed a lot since. I really like the art for Frontline Medics. That's so nice.
Yeah, me too. That's great art.
Yeah. A lot has changed since last turn. So I'm 30 feet in the air.
Yes.
What I could do, I think right now what I'll do for this turn is I will descend and land right about like here between these two. So let me get the correct tool so I can actually move my token. And I'm gonna try to sucker punch this big guy.
Oh, the butcher.
Yeah.
By all means.
I'm just gonna leave the flying token on because I will probably be going up and down, but I am on the ground.
That's fair.
So that'll just be a punch, unarmed fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a shield or a weapon, so this is gonna be, if I hit, it's gonna be a D8. No! No!
Bong.
No!
That's what
Natural
you get for taking
one.
the fighting style feat before the combat.
What do you mean?
I didn't say you could take your feat until after this combat.
I thought that was after we did the session 0 last time.
Mm-mm. It's not what I said. It's fine.
Well, I misunderstood, so.
It's fine, like I said.
Meh.
Also, I'm sorry. I meant to give you inspiration for that a really cool lift and drop thing you did.
Okay, well then I'm gonna reroll
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally passed my mind. I was like, I'm gonna give her inspiration. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 24.
Punch the shit out of him.
Yeah, that'll be this is gonna be D8 plus 5, so it'll be an additional plus 2.
+5. How strong is she?
No, oh man, I'll roll. Well, I get the bonus from raging.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, duh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that'll be 6 damage total.
6 damage. Okay, you punch this thing really hard, and you see your fist. You hit it so hard that you leave like an imprint of your fist in like the metal plating of this thing, and it just like turns to look at you, and you realize that there's like little like fissures and like hissing coming out of like where you punched him.
Good. Get fucked.
Good, she says. Okay.
Also,
So,
meta knowledge, I'm sure these Boros Legionnaires are absolutely freaked out by a demon fighting alongside them.
there are
Tamara's
not very many demons on Ravnica, so yeah, that's concerning to say the least. Okay.
I need to run to the bathroom.
That's fine.
Could we take a? I meant to ask this at the end of the round, but I got excited about taking my turn. Can we take a bio break, like a little? Because we've been going for an hour.
Yeah, we can take a bit of a break. Folks, stay tuned. We're gonna take just a tiny break, and then we will get right back to it. We'll be back in about 5 to 10. Thanks. Hey, folks, during the downtime, I will be rolling and seeing who won the giveaway. So please stay tuned. And if the winner of the giveaway doesn't claim it by the end of the stream, I'm going to go ahead and roll again. But if you're in here, I'll just let you win. Anyway, be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am going to announce the winner of the giveaway, which I've already posted it on Twitter, just because I'm like that. At Shut Up Sarah or award-winning Baba Yaga. Congratulations, you have won one of 2 decks, and I'm sorry, you've won the Urza deck because I remember the discussion that you were having.
Yep.
Okay.
Bastard.
So,
I'm
yeah.
so upset. Another Urza simp.
yeah,
Stupid.
hell yeah, the good brother, the good brother.
Sarah, I love you, but I hate you.
Yeah, so
Strictly because you're an Urza simp.
Sarah, we should talk more often. I didn't realize you were an Urza simp. I'm just saying, fellow Urza simp over here. So Urza did nothing wrong. So we're gonna get right back into combat. Elise will be joining us shortly, but hey, look, I like what I like. Okay, so the Arcanist. If you guys, Skag's familiar with Dreadhorde Arcanist. I know a lot of folks at home might be too.
I love this card.
One of the
God, I
best
love this card so much.
burn deck cards. Just so good. So
He
good.
got banned and it made me sad.
Did it get banned in modern?
I think it got. I could have sworn it got banned in modern.
I would believe it. This card is insanely powerful. So, okay. And just like in the game, it's also powerful here. So it's gonna move around. And Sonny, you're gonna get zapped. So let's see.
Of course, this is fine.
This is fun.
This is
Let's
fine.
see. So this will be a +4.
Can I use it on myself?
Can you use what on yourself?
My thing.
Yes, you can.
All right, goody.
Goody. So I'm gonna roll it, and I'm not gonna reveal the result, but you will decide whether or not you go from there. Whether or not you decide to use your Planeswalker ability from there. Okay. I'm not gonna tell you what the roll is, but would you like to use your ability or not?
I can see the roll.
Can you?
Yes.
Are you
Yeah,
looking
it's
at
visible to
screen?
us.
Yeah.
A GM
Yeah.
roll. How do you see it?
You didn't. It's showing up quite visibly as a normal roll. It just says that you're the GM, but it does not hide it.
Yeah.
Bro. I literally typed GR. Okay, let me is that visible?
If you just rolled, then
first
no.
one, yeah.
I literally typed GR. Okay, I'm re-rolling it. Fuck you.
I
shouldn't
hold
have
up.
said
It was it
anything.
11 plus 4? If so, yes.
I re-rolled it. I literally typed GR roll and I didn't fucking. Okay, whatever.
That time it didn't show up.
Okay.
So.
Would you like to use your thing or not?
I would.
Okay, so that puts your AC up to a total of
20.
just 20?
Yeah, 20 AC plus the strength or plus the damage for next turn.
Okay, so here's
Actually no, I'll give strength. I'll give the strength to the demon to Tav.
Okay, so that's gonna give her +3 to her attack, or is it to her damage?
To either or.
Oh yeah, that's right. We decided it's either. Yeah, you can put it on your attack or your damage. That's right. That's a cool little thing. All right, so it does manage to still. Combat tricks are fucking rad. It does manage to still hit you through your AC boost.
Bitches.
Roll absolute minimum on damage though. You're gonna take 2 lightning damage.
Sweet. I'll accept that.
I wanted that to do a lot more.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I sure did, boss. This thing like thrusts out its spear, and you hear this like discharge of electricity, and you turn around and you block most of it. You block like absolutely most of it, and it doesn't actually seem to do all that much. So let's see here. That'll be over to the soldiers then. Do some rolling.
Glory.
Natural
I use
1.
martial glory.
Martial glory. Yeah, no, your AC still remains until the start of your next turn.
Yeah.
So that these guys will attempt to attack you, but they're not really doing that much. So yeah, you have a 20 in AC. Yeah, these
Yep.
things are. Yeah, that's not fitting. Sure.
Okay. So, looking at the situation, Red, can Chiru use his incredibly calculating mind to try to see what our odds of survival are in this encounter?
Granted, the Boros Legionnaire and the Demon and you. Let me roll a D100.
It's about a
I'm-
50-50 shot.
Welcome back.
I'm back, by the way. I'm very sorry about having to take off for a little bit longer than planned.
You're fine. We're
It's
not
okay.
even to your turn in combat yet.
It's,
And you have a +3 to your strength because Skag gave you the thing.
You can use
Oh.
a plus. So you can use a +3 to your attack to roll to attack, or to add 3 to your damage.
Oh, you were such a sweetie. When do I decide that?
You
Can I see it?
decide at the beginning of your thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do-
So
do
when
I
you
just-
attack, before you know the results, and then you can, and then damage anytime,
Okay.
because there's no point of like knowing the. Yeah. Chiru, 40%.
Okay.
Not 40.
So Chiru's literally doing like the math. I would say in his head, but he literally just like holds a finger out and like glides it in front of him as he's firing his staff and just kind of like flipping numbers back and forth like a literal abacus. No one else will be able to read it because it's all Mirren script. No one else here speaks Mirren, but he'd be sort of rapidly flicking through, and then as he figures out like the lights on his body slightly dim as he starts calculating our success rate, and is like, that's not acceptable, and just quickly waves it away and holds out his staff again. And he's taking a look at, let's see, so the Arcanist is on the other side, but he could tell there was magic being cast. So he's going to skitter about. Let me see if I can grab this again. Is it control or is it shift to see how far I can move? Oh wait, that's right. I actually use this. Never mind. Sorry, I have to use the controller. There we go. So it'd be 15 feet there. And I could pop out and do the same thing. Okay, and then from there. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. Okay. And if I tried to go this way, 15 feet. 15 feet, and then from there, yeah, I'd have a clear line of sight. Okay. So Chiru, having seen spellcraft go off around the side of the pyramid and just sort of seeing lightning, immediately would go, oh, that I know, and would skitter over here. And he's practically like skipping. His little body has more than just the normal 2 limbs. He has the wings of a hovermere built into him, but they're still small and not fully constructed yet. They malfunction at the best of times. So he kind of just like flips and like skitters, half like leaping and bounding across the ground until he gets to about that point, and he spots the Arcanist. And the little optics on the side of his head sort of just narrow, and he holds out his staff again, and the little abacus reappears and begins calculating distance as he reaches over to grab a chunk of stone off the top of the pyramid and then catapult it at this guy. So I am 100% in range of him. So he needs to make a dex save.
Gotcha. I'm gonna make that form real quick.
It is a DC of 12 right now.
It is going to miss.
It's gonna miss.
Mhm.
Damn. Well, there goes my second. There's my second first level spell for the entire session.
Oh no.
Yeah, playing Artificers is brutal at this level. So he just kind of flings it at the Arcanist and watches as it sails past, and again just like reaches over and just beats his staff a couple of times in fury. In Mirren binary, screeches something along the lines of, "How hard do I have to recalibrate you later?" And at that point, he just sort of like looks up the Arcanist and realizes he's just entered into a magical duel without any magic left. So,
Oops.
yeah,
This-
that's
this,
the end of
Yeah,
it.
oops.
Yeah, this is the roof of a house, by the way. It's not a pyramid.
Oh, gotcha, fair. That would have been a very sharp tile he would have grabbed then.
yeah. as this Arcanist sees a hunk of the roof go flying past him, he just like looks over at you like you're done, and then you just see like electricity spark in his eyes and like behind this weird like nose type shape on its head. And time for the Eternals to fight. Let's see. The Eternals are a little bit busy dealing with Sunny, since Sunny is proving such a horrible threat. But despite that fact, Sunny still has a +4 to his 3? +3.
+3. So 21.
21. Doesn't hit. Now it's time for the fun part. Big boy. The Dreadhorde Butcher, as it were.
I'm in danger.
Dreadhorde Butcher is going to hit everything within 5 feet of it if it succeeds on its attack. Actually, I guess I should just roll individual attacks. That'd be kind of more fair, right? So it'll be that guy.
Is this magical or non-magical BSP?
It's... What difference does it make?
Barbarian Rage.
The initial damage, like the hit he deals, is going to be non-magical. But then there's going to be more to it. So, let's see. So your AC is 14.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it doesn't hit you. Doesn't hit him.
Dumbass.
Doesn't hit him. It actually just completely whiffs. So he spins his ball and chain up around, and all of you just duck like you're doing a reverse wave at like a sports event, and completely misses as like this ashen soot goes flying past your face.
What Tavria does is she sees this coming and she's gonna take her wings and like put them over the Legionnaires next to her and just like push them down so they don't get hit.
Nice. So he completely whiffs. I didn't expect it to go so horribly bad. All right, so this Eternal's going to move in and smack old Sunny, or at least attempt to. Natural 1, great. This frontline medic is still doing his absolute best to keep everybody alive. Doing okay. That was horribly bad. He rolled minimum for heal. Okay, so he only manages to heal for a small amount to the one that's like horribly wounded. We're gonna go over to Sunny because I got one more Eternal to do. But Sunny, please go ahead and take your turn, boss.
Oh, goody. So, as Sunny takes out his whip, he's going to try, because it has a reach.
Oh boy.
He's going to try to hit the Dreadhorde right there.
That is something you can do.
It is, and I am happy for it.
Hit Le Butcher. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Ooh, sweetness.
Yes.
Because whip only does little damage.
It's still enough. So do you want to describe hitting it?
Oh, yeah. So, Sunny, he takes his whip after he's challenged this Dreadhorde. And he's going to take it up. And he's going to go over the one that's in front of him and slap as hard as he can against the nail of the Dreadhorde right on top of or right at the neck and slash it.
Hell
That's
yeah.
when he cracks it and takes it away.
Okay, so as you hit it, you see it start like fissuring and like sort of bloating, and you see this like midsection that's just basically molten fire just start expanding until it just explodes. So I'm gonna need everybody within 10 feet, which is literally all of you, except for Chiru, to make a dexterity save.
Oh no.
Our weakness.
What are we without the sky?
I fail.
Okay. That's one failure.
Hey.
Yeah, Sunny doesn't.
Damn.
Sunny succeeds. So I'm gonna roll for all of these Eternals. Success. I believe yes, it is. Okay. Success. Failure. Success. Success. And Oh yeah. Okay, so 2 of them take the damage. That would be, and then I got to roll for the soldiers, which will take me just a second. Both of them fail, and I got to roll for the marshal. Marshal failed. Okay, so people that were affected by it are going to take 3d4 fire damage.
Mm.
7 damage.
Mm. Ow.
Let's see here.
How's everyone looking?
That did a lot of damage. I need to see. Actually, I forgot to roll about this Boros Legionnaire. Okay, the Legionnaire dies.
Is
Damn
that
it.
fire damage you said?
That's fire.
I have resistance because I'm a demon.
Demons don't have fire resistance in Magic.
Well, too bad. I'm playing a tiefling. I'm playing a reskin
This
tiefling.
one is.
Okay. Anyway. So let's see here. 7 damage. Please don't eat on the mic, thank you. Let's
Sorry.
see. Okay. I think that's everybody accounted for. Oh yeah, the Marshal took some serious damage. Yeah, he took 7. Okay. That leaves the Butcher gone and a lot of people wounded. So.
Nice.
Sonny, that was your attack. So anything
Yeah.
else?
That I think that's all that he can do, but he's gonna turn back to the Lazatep. Oh shoot, that's behind him.
Oh yeah, the Arcanist.
Yeah, the Arcanist.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's gonna be ready to go for them.
Charge. So this Eternal is going to move in, and despite it being in bad condition, these things seem pretty mindless. So, gonna attack.
So I didn't take any damage though, right? Or am I taking half damage?
Oh, you don't
because I
take
passed.
If you pass,
I
you
don't
don't
take
take any damage at all.
All right, cool.
Tabby, you are not hit, and it is your turn.
Okay, well the big guy's been dealt with. Well yeah, we got that one over there, but I'm talking about the one that I was dealing with. Okay, well I'm same as before, let's do it some more. I'm gonna try to grapple this Eternal right in front of me.
Remember, you do have my thing where you can add your +3 to attack or your damage.
I'll go ahead and add it to my attack because well, is it just like, is it attack with the +3
The
to the
grapple is
damage?
technically an attack.
With the +3 to the damage, is that
Damage rolls made with like weapons and spells and stuff.
Yeah, okay. I'll use it on my grapple.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna let you add damage to falling. That'd be funny though.
That'll be a 19.
19. Okay, I'll have a contesting check real quick. These guys have okay. He is grappled.
All right. Would you allow me to like drop him in the middle of these two?
I'll let you drop it on one or the other. If you make a successful, yeah, I'll have another successful athletics check.
Okay. That'll be. I get an additional +2 for my rage, so that was a really high one on the first.
Did not mean
Natural 20. Can I kill both of them? Can I drop it on both of them? Since I rolled a
Apparently,
nat 20?
Omni's gonna feather fall the one that you dropped.
No, I'm just plugging it in, and it decided to go. Oh, you clicked on it? I'm like, no, I did not.
Bruh.
You want to roll 3d6 for the falling damage and like the collision?
Yeah. Since I rolled a nat 20, can I hit all 3 of them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That'll be 11 to all 3.
Okay. No, I was just rolling like. What I meant was like d6 apiece for them. So you managed to take these 2 out, but the one that you actually ended up dropping is the only one that survived.
That's funny.
The others broke his fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is prone right now. Not much left of him. Okay, is that your turn?
I don't think I have any bonus actions I can do from all the way up here.
No,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's all for now.
Okay. Arcanist is taking their turn, and what it's going to do is going to move like here-ish. And what it's going to do is it's going to spark with electricity, and I'm going to have, let's see, I'll have Sunny and Chiru make dex saves for me.
Is it casting a spell?
Yes, it is.
So Chiru reaches his hand up, and as he does, he just sort of clamps his little metal hand down, and mirror runes ring it like a bunch of different times, almost like an exploded diagram of his arm clenching down. And he's going to be using his ability, which is turn aside, to dismantle the magic for the first time. So if it is a level 1 spell, then it's automatic. If it's level 2, I need to roll.
This will be a level 1 spell, so it is countered.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Chiru just reaches out and just grabs the magic and just crushes it, and it just disappears into nothing.
The one time that I'm happy with blue mages.
He's angry.
I think she literally just like looks out at him and just like looks at his hand, and then watches him walk up like, oh no.
Counter magic.
I am too little.
So this is what it feels like. Okay. Marshall's gonna
Draw
take
go.
Draw go. God damn it.
What the fuck doing?
Marshall's going to cut down this soldier. He's gonna swing his what's that? One bladed sword, and you're gonna bring it down and just cut him through, and then step in here. Not doing too good on the hit points, but he'll manage. And we'll have this Eternal attack Sunny. With a plus. Sunny, what's your AC?
20, or excuse me, no, it went down. 18.
18. Okay, it does not manage to hit. Let's see here.
I'm sorry, it's Stoic Rebuttal is what it is, actually. It's not Turn Aside, it's Stoic Rebuttal.
Okay, I think that's back over to Chiru.
Angry little robot.
Rabbit.
So this guy just walked up into range of me?
Hydration check, by the way. Thank you, Naris. Yep, he walked into range of you. He's clearly intending on meleeing you.
Okay, cool. Chiru is literally going to watch him approach and, does the thing that you would expect a small animal to do, kind of like quake and quiver in seeming fear, and hold his hand up. And then at the last second, as this guy gets close, he's going to duck down, grab his staff, and just go for a fucking haymaker right for the junk. I know it's an undead, but that it would be his first impulse. So we're going to go for...
my favorite embodiment of blue mana, hitting people in the crotch.
With a 19.
The robot is hitting the zombie in the crotch.
Yes.
So
What's
that's
the
a
damage,
19 hit. That's a hit. Nice. That's 6 bludgeoning damage.
Your staff like thuds against its like Lazatep like crotch area, and it just like looks down at you like it's just completely unfazed by that hit you just dealt to it. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up. You little
I
twerp.
hate that I just heard that phrase.
I think that Shiru's just gonna sort of take one look at this guy and realize he, hit him about as hard as he could reasonably hit him, and he's just gonna try to skitter away. I know he's gonna take a. There's a very good chance he's going to take a retaliatory hit, but he'd just rather not be there. So he's going to try to withdraw a little.
Okay.
Skitter, 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 skitter. Make your attack, buddy. Do I get
Your
there? AC is currently sitting at 17.
Bro, this encounter's too easy. What was I doing? Like, oh, insane AC. Jesus. Okay.
Because we're all like halfway martial classes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, for me, it's because I'm weirdly an autognome, and they come with natural AC. So
with an insane natural AC.
Yeah, it's like 13 plus Dex, and his Dex is actually okay. And he has a little shield adapted into his stave, is what it is. So as he's withdrawing, he sort of holds his staff out, and the thing kind of there's this little blue glowing wall between him and the monster as it's just sort of skittering backwards. And he's going to go over to here and then all the way around again, just making little protesting beeping noises the whole way as he goes.
Righteous. Okay. Just swapping around tracks. Okay. Yeah, it misses on its reaction attack. Obviously, the Eternal attempts to hit Sunny, fails. The frontline medic is going to attempt to heal. Let's see here. He's also going to make a strength check. Yeah, I'm going to have him attempt to heal real quick. D8. He manages to heal the Marshal for a good chunk. His magics. Legionary magics. And that'll be back to Sunny.
Oh, good. Sonny's gonna look at them and look at the group and the Marshal and the Demon Devil. Say, you got these ones right. And he going to move over here. He will definitely take the attacks of opportunity, whatever.
You get hit by both.
Oh, yay.
Let's see here. That'll be okay. I get poked for not 21 d6. Hold on.
Holy cannoli!
Accidentally
Oh.
rolled.
Well, I'm dead.
You're gonna take 9 damage.
Woo! Owie.
It's a spicy.
Getting poked in the butt.
That's a spicy meatball. I don't like this no more. I have made decisions that were wrong. But this is in the spirit of red. This is in the spirit of red mana. We go after the big boys and the big boys only. Dash action, goring horns after this motherfucker.
my man no longer cares about the other threats. He is literally just going face. Okay, go ahead and roll, boss.
Oh, horns, buddy, let's go. Motherfucker.
That's 8.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not gonna hit.
Oh, really?
Damn.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
This Eternal is prone. It is no longer prone. Actually, did you have anything else you wanted to do with your turn, Sky?
Not current. Actually, yes. After missing the gore, I want to move around him. So hopefully I can see the little robot.
Oh yes, no, he's not hiding. He was just scampering away from being hit. You
Well,
might
I
have even
didn't
caught
think
like
that
the tail end of the crotch thunk sprint. So
I didn't think that I could actually like see you from here, so I want to be able to see you just in case some dumb shit happens.
okay.
Yeah, that thing that you're watching run off, Sonny, it must be one of those like steam can.
Yeah.
Those is it psychos made? You're not really sure though.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably look more like a random artifact creature like assistant or some metallic homunculus than like an actual living creature.
Yeah, you definitely look like the closest thing that Sonny would be able to draw it to is probably, I don't know, brass bombshell exists on Ravnica.
That's fair.
That is a thing.
Anyway, that's back over to Tavria after this guy made an unsuccessful attack against you.
I'm in 30 feet in the air. Remember, I
Oh,
just
well,
flew up.
he made an attack against the medic and missed because the medic has a
Oh.
really high AC.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I want to go fight the big guy.
Okay.
Because that sounds like fun. All these little guys are beneath me, literally. Would you let me have advantage since I'm attacking him from above?
Depends what you're attacking him with.
So basically, she's just gonna kick him in the head. Just like as she's gonna tuck her wings for the last few feet and just drop feet first onto this guy.
Yeah, since you're dropping on him, I'm gonna have you make a check to make sure you don't knock yourself prone by accident too. So that's fine. I'll let you have advantage.
That's fair. Okay, so advantage on the attack, and then what kind of check to?
Yeah, probably
Acrobatics.
acrobatics check to stay upright.
Okie doke. I'll say that puts me here on landing one way or the other. Do I still have that +3 thing?
Yeah,
Or did that was that
did
okay.
we put a timer on that, Skag? You're muted.
I thought it was just the next roll.
Oh, it might have been, yeah. So in that case, yeah, it was used on that athletics check for the grapple.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, so make your roll.
So I no longer have it. All right, that'll be. Against that guy. 13 with my
13.
Yeah.
You don't get a +2 to hit from raging.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
It's only to damage.
It's +2 to damage.
11 does hit though.
Oh, cool. Okay. Let me roll my damage and then I'll.
Low AC, high health.
That's fair.
12 damage.
12
And then let me
damage.
make my.
See, this is why monks are obsolete.
Hey, 18.
18.
I'm on my feet.
I said
Nice.
acrobatics.
I did. I rolled
That's an
acrobatics.
Oh, that is
check.
acrobatics. I'm just dyslexic, I guess. So okay, so you're landing on your feet right here.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you kick this guy in the head, and he goes stumbling a little bit because he clearly wasn't expecting something to come in from above to hit him in the head, and he's just like looking between the two of you now. And it's his turn now. I'd like both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Is it magic?
Omni, you can only use that once.
Oh, that's right. I only have one casting. That's right, because we're at level 1. That is correct.
There
If
you
only.
Skag, dex save.
Although I will enjoy doing the blue thing, being like, right, is that magic? Every time. I apologize.
Is that magic?
Was that a sorcery or an instant?
That's what I do to Derek, to be fair. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
no.
you're just gonna be doing what Nick does to Derek and Covet.
We've all done each other, yeah, and we've all been doing that to each other with every magic game we've been playing the past couple times. So yeah,
I'm bullying you guys straight up with that shit. Hey, Omni, you gonna take the 2 life? Okay. So Skag, you're gonna take 6 lightning.
I am down.
No. And
Right.
Tavria, you're gonna take 3. Actually, no, I haven't rolled your damage yet. Hold on. You're gonna take half of whatever this is, obviously, because you succeeded. Yeah, you're gonna take 3.
Okay.
And it is magic. Okay, so Sunny is unconscious. He just got zapped. Cal got zapped unconscious.
Not the cow.
Holy cow.
God,
since
I knew you were gonna do that.
What? Say it.
Is there anything on Capenna like Chiro? Like little? I don't think they have
Yeah, there are.
automatons.
Yeah,
There
they do.
are?
Mm-hmm. There are artifact creatures on Capenna. There's a Goldhound. Yep.
Thanks. Let me see.
It's a 1 red 1/1 menace first strike, and you can tap it. And it's actually a treasure dog, if I remember correctly.
Treasure dog.
Or treasure
They also
dog.
have chrome cats, apparently.
Yeah,
That's the thing,
they have like filigree type stuff, like not like Kaladesh type filigree, but they do have like constructs. So this thing doesn't look like too alien to you.
definitely weird, but
It's humanoid, so it is a bit strange in that regard. But it's not like you haven't seen like an automaton before. Okay. Rolling for the soldier. Oh, nice. Got a nat 20. Okay.
What a tiny gear Hulk.
Tiny gear Hulk. That's terrifying.
It's no longer a torrential gear Hulk. It is a tiny mirror Hulk.
Small Hulk.
Not torrential, it's a sprinkle. Sprinkle Hulk. So your Marshal here is going to put down one of these creatures, and it's going to be over to Chiru.
Okay. Seeing this and seeing the Minotaur drop, Chiru's gonna do just like a little thing where he's just sort of standing as he skated away, and he's sort of like, look up, right, left, look at these guys, who's more important, who's gonna save us? And then he does the calculus, it's like, oh, she literally came the way I did. She probably is more powerful and certainly seems more powerful than these random chumps, and unfortunately for them, they're probably not long for this world, and I would like to be long for this world. So Chiru, seeing what's going on, will hold his staff out again, sort of twist it, and as it does, the arc builds on it again, and he's taking another shot at our boyo here with my arc staff. So, zap!
Oh!
Why am I rolling so low?
The duality
Wow.
of the dragon.
Oh,
It's in every
man.
time. Every time. The first one has been utterly disappointing. The second one has been stellar. So he's just gonna zap and just look at this thing and just
Zap.
shrieking binary at it.
Just
And
see this
hope-
little tiny automaton man over here banging his staff on the ground.
Oh,
throwing a
Pretty
tantrum.
much. Yeah, he's going full on percussive maintenance on the globe of this thing. He's very irritated.
Okay. Actually, Sunny might not be. Is anybody letting anybody know that Sunny went down? Like, are you guys calling out that somebody went down, or what?
I was gonna say something on my turn since you were doing stuff.
You can free action to talk anytime.
Hey, little guy, get over here.
Literally just points at himself silently.
Yeah, you, get over here. Help the cow.
And yeah, no, we'll get to that on my turn, but
Don't worry, the frontline medic is here.
Oh, yay.
Is
Ow!
going to
Potion go.
gonna cast Cure Wounds. Sunny, you're healed for 6 HP, and you are conscious.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news or the cow of bad news.
Is Cure Wounds touch?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I
Healing
thinking?
word is arranged, but
Am I stupid?
Perhaps.
It actually
Wounds
hasn't
is
come
touch.
up so far because they've
It's
all
touch.
been crushed together.
Nah.
this halfling.
Okay, so he started here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Man, he's just a hair away from getting you. Okay, well, he will cast Spare the Dying, and I know that's not touch.
Okay.
okay.
No, it is touch.
So,
Never mind. God
I
damn
was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that it is.
Yep.
How about
I can still roll a nat 20. I can still roll a nat 20. Listen here.
You're not wrong. It is quite possible.
That would be
There is
unfortunate.
a 1
if
in
you
20
lost your
chance
character
that
on
I
the-
do it.
Okay, I can cast Sanctuary on you. That is something I can do.
There you go.
So you are warded. That means that the Arcanist cannot target creature cards in graveyards. Okay, so Sunny, please make your death save for me. That's a success.
Nice.
You're vibing.
Marking it. I marked it. 1 success.
Hell yeah. Okay. Tavria, it's back to you.
I'm gonna deck this guy for hurting my cow friend.
Ow. Kill him.
Yeah. What condition is he in?
Not great. After you like kicked him in the head, you literally put a dent in the back of his Lazatep skull.
I'm just thinking if I should just I'll just punch him. Just keep it simple. Just punch the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Superhero, just like
Yeah.
Superhero landing. Let's go.
18, hopefully
18 hits.
hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you hit on an 11 earlier, so.
That'll be 8. 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes! Fantastic. Okay. So what she does is she takes hold of the sides of this thing's head, and there's like a crunch as her claws dig in. And she's gonna bring up her knee and separate the head as she pushes her knee against its chest.
Nice. Boop. Dead. Completely gone. Done for. Dare I say. And you see this medic making his way towards you as this is happening. And he's going to call out to you. We need to find cover immediately. There are more of these undead things coming. We cannot hold them off.
Coming out of the fucking woodworks, ain't they? You gonna help the cow or what?
I'm working on it. I'm mono white. I don't draw very many cards.
I'm trying to top deck a spell here.
No, that's a plains. All right, pass. All right, let's
Can
see.
someone splash green into my deck?
That's red. Put faithless looting. Oh, let's see. No, wait. This is War of the Spark standard. What's good in red white?
Thank you, Fen.
What did Fed say? Chiro is adorable. Tabby's accent is amazing. Sonny is true red.
Oh,
I agree.
thank you.
Let's see here. Okay. Chiro, it's back to you.
Okay. So, Chiru, seeing that this is actually going pretty well over here, and having watched this thing be disassembled, is going to breathe the digital sigh of relief, which is really more, it sounds like gears grinding. And he's going to go skittering back over towards the two of you. And again, he's doing kind of like that half lope, half like leap thing. It's almost like he's skimming along the ground. Kind of like the way you see like small like insects or like bugs will like bounce from like across
Gollum.
the water.
Like Gollum.
Yeah. Yeah, but only like levitating and not as freaky. And so
what I'm hearing is he's wearing moon shoes.
basically, except he
Hell
has when
yeah.
he moves, he does have like these two little metal orbs on his back on the ends of little metal armatures. And as he moves, these little like flickering, almost look like dragonfly wings come out. They're just like these little filaments that only happen when he moves. And they
You guys
retreat when he lands.
You guys ever have those as a kid, or like know somebody who had those, like the moon shoes?
Those things were fun, but I swear I am surprised when people don't break their ankles on them.
I had a friend who had them, and I can't tell you. Like I used them once, and then like one of the rubber bands like either came off or broke, and hit me so hard in the leg I had a massive bruise. It's terrible.
So he just kind of bounds over next to the two of you and sort of looks down at the cow, and then looks up at you, at the Minotaur, and looks up at you, and just kind of beep. Just one long, like, just one little beep of what? What can I do? As he gestures to this creature 3 times his height.
I don't know, something. You saw you had magic or whatever.
Oh no, Cheer's gonna be R2D2.
And he just reaches over and starts grabbing grabs the Minotaur, and he's gonna try to like at least lift him into a seating position so that when the battle mage comes over, like, you know what? He's gonna use. This is gonna be so weird. He's gonna try to like lift him up a little bit with his action, and then he reaches over with his wand and sort of claps it behind him, and you just see this little electrical nimbus like settle around our friend's head here, and sort of inclines it like it's getting ready to be given a potion, because he's gonna use Mage Hand and just to have that help him position the giant creature into a better position.
He just uses Mage Hand, starts moving Sunny's mouth like a puppet, like
Pretty much like a open wide
No.
kind of thing. That's all he can really do.
Cool. Okay. So you guys are sort of just like cleaning up this combat pretty well, but as the medic has said that there are more of the horde on their way, and you guys are definitely not safe here. So we are going to
I'll carry the cow.
carry the cow.
I'll carry the cow.
You'll bear the burden.
Yeah.
You'll be the beast of burden. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, so to the sort of downtime section, quote unquote. You guys rendezvous in a large building where a bunch of people have gathered, and there are people treating the wounded. You see, I want to say druids and priests of the Selesnya conclave. They're sort of healing people and doing their absolute best to like keep people alive that have been like horribly wounded. And you see Boros legionaries like standing like perimeter, like shoulder to shoulder. The one, and you see pretty much all of the guilds except for a few. There's like a few that it's just like, where are they? And it's just like that's ominous. Where are they? You don't see Golgari, which is that's normal. You don't see you see like half the guilds. Now that I'm thinking, it'd be easier to name the guilds that you do see. You see Boros, you see Selesnya, you see some Azorius, and people are looking at these Azorius. Not senators. They're like Azorius.
Like ambassadors.
Yeah, they're like ambassadors and guardsmen and stuff like that. They're adjudicators. That's the word I'm looking for.
That one.
That word. And I'm trying to think what else. So that's Selesnya, that's Boros, that's Azorius. You do see some Simic Combine who are doing their absolute best to like. I mean, Simic are really good at mutating people, so healing kind of goes well for them too.
You can do medicine, yeah.
So they're helping. You don't see Garul. You don't see Demir. You're not supposed to see Demir.
If you saw Demir, that'd be more of like a right home kind of thing.
Here's an interesting thing. Most people on Ravnica think that Demir no longer exists. Like, they're utterly convinced after Lazav died, or not Lazav, but Sadek, after he died. People think that Demir is just like a whisper, like they don't exist.
I mean, people thought that Demir didn't exist before that too, hilariously. So
yeah, well, that's the whole point. I mean, they're doing their jobs really well. So, let me look at the guilds real quick because I don't know why I can't remember 10 things, but
Orzhov.
There's Orzhov. Okay, so you're going to see some Orzhov enforcers standing around. The kind of guys that come to collect tithes, scumbags, i.e., and they're helping out the Boros
collectors.
Tax collectors. Yep. Rakdos. No. You see like a couple of like carnies that were like wounded and harmed, and as you're bringing Sunny along with like the Hasda marshal and the medic that you're with, Tavra, you accidentally almost step on an imp that's actually smaller than Chiru, and he's like, he's like screaming and like cussing up at you, and he just like starts walking by, and he has a little candle burning on his head.
What kind of imp? Like, what is at meta? Like, what type? Where is he from?
He's Rakdos.
Oh, a little Rakdos imp.
You know the one I'm talking about?
I think so.
The
I do.
The footlight,
Yeah.
I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Light fiend.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. But look him up. I'm really bad at remembering.
It is called Footlight Fiend, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Footlight.
I believe you're right. Yes, it is. It's Footlight Fiend. It's adorable.
You see some gathered around, and you can see some prominent people that are just like off, like in a higher elevated part of the place that are talking. You see the guildmaster, or the current guildmaster of
It's not very adorable. That's creepy.
Well, he's creepy, but he's cute in a creepy way. So you see Rauzarak, who is the guildmaster of talking with a group of other planeswalkers, and so you're a Boros legionary, so you have mixed feelings about this guy, and I'll let you decide exactly how you feel. You see the Living Guild Pact talking with Rauzarak and like a group of other, what you can figure to be people not of this plane, or like the people that you've encountered. Sonny, I'm saying you're awake at this point because healing.
Cool. That's what I was ready to ask.
Yeah. And you also see Lavinia, just like a bunch of prominent figures you'd expect to see. And like I said, they're talking off in the distance. You're not interacting with them. You're like down on the ground in like the medical area getting taken care of. And you see all these people that don't look like Ravnikans at all. like Ravnikins have a certain look about them. They vary greatly in appearance, but these people vary so greatly in appearance that you've never seen them before in your life. I mean, you have a literal demon who people are parting ways for. She doesn't seem hostile, but you see a couple of Boros legionaries and an Azorius adjudicator approaches, and the Azorius adjudicator approaches and just puts his hand up in front of Tavria, and this like big seal appears. Halt! What are you doing here, demon?
Tavria looks kind of confused with him like holding out his hand, and she just kind of like reaches up and like opens her hand and gives him a high five. What do you want?
Make a wisdom save.
Just look through like the spell circle, just hi.
It's gonna go bad. Wisdom is my dump stat.
Fucking
So.
cannon.
Oh!
He was trying to assert some sort of what's the word for this?
Zone of truth.
No, not zone of truth. He was trying to cast hold person, which there's a type of magic in Magic the Gathering. It's
Pacifism.
Yeah,
Not
you can't attack. Like you
Get
can't.
swords to plowshared.
Yeah, get exiled from. Is it the? Are you talking about like the tap and cannon tap?
No, it would be kind of like a pacify.
Yeah.
There's a specific kind of magic that Gideon.
Are you like talking about one of the ones that like just tap effects?
Yeah, like a tap effect almost.
That's what I said.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
you
but it's
said
like
that already.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think of the name of it. There's like a certain type. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. He attempted to stop you and like still you, and you felt you felt like almost these cuffs form around your hand. But as soon as you give him a high five, the spell fizzles, and he just looks at you and looks at his hand like, "What sort of sorcery is this?"
I'm gonna look up at this adjudicator and say, she's with the Boros Legionnaires.
The what? I am.
Just go along with it. You're with the Boros Legionnaires.
Whatever he said. Yeah.
I see.
She
And you just see Chiru next to him just like cock his head and look upwards and sort of taking in everyone being weird around him. And I think he'd probably make a little chortle at the high five to the spell, to the spell incantation.
and so is that one.
He looked down.
Literally just a little fist pump as he does.
I've seen a Minotaur look like that or a Goblin look like that.
And he just holds his fingers up, and as he does, the mage hand is going to appear. He's going to reach behind him and grab like a little. At first, it looked like it was part of him, like he had little, like almost like a hip. I can't remember what they're called, like hip armor. You guys know what I'm talking about. I can't remember what it's called, like a skirt
holster
armor. Yeah, but it's actually just a little metal bag, like a little like Quicksilver metal bag. He pops it open. The little mage hand goes in and grabs what appears to be a little glowing piece of chalk, and just begins to write on the ground at first mirror in the script, and then he looks around and then realizes that's not going to work, and then begins to write in common as he sort of disseminates the common of the area. And it's
the adjudicator like looks over while you're doing this, and he just like, and like a couple more of like adjudicators come over, and they're just like all fascinated, like looking down at you, watching what you're doing. Like,
it just
one
scrolls
of
on the
them's really
floor.
particularly
I
tall
am
and
no
delicate.
goblin. Period.
I am no goblin.
Underline. Under no goblin.
underline.
The Vidalcan sneers his flat nose, and he like pulls out a notepad and starts scribbling something down. That is vandalism via graffiti, and he hands you like this ticket.
You give that ticket to him, you will answer to Feather.
Chiru just holds up a hand and then reaches down and pushes his hand onto the ground and casts mending and just disappears the text. And then looks up at him, cocks his head, and just like does like a shrug, like, what? Gesture at him and just throws the paper back at him.
You Boros. You like overstepping. You're just like,
So,
come on.
Look
guys.
at the city
what-
and look
what-
at how it looks right now.
Yes, a lack of order.
So what are you
Chiru
guys like
rolls-
the cops or something?
Churu rolls his eyes, and the chalk scrawls on the ground again and says, Vidalkin are annoying where I come from, too. Period. And then he's going to snap his fingers, and the text is going to disappear again as he casts Mending on the floor once more.
They don't seem interested in talking to you anymore. So, as they disperse, you see that has the marshal still standing with you, and he looks over at the group of you, and he starts speaking. There's a bit of trouble going on with the Azorius Senate after it was taken over by that Vidalkin, it's his name, Dovin Bon. It seems that his whole plan was to get the Senate to work alongside whatever invaded this plane. Those three are stragglers that broke away from that by order of Lavinia.
I'm so fucking confused.
Do
about
we
what's
know
going
where
on
he
right
is now?
Dovin Bon?
Yes.
We assume he is still at the seat of the Senate.
Where's the rest of the Senate now? I see, and he's gonna point over to Ral and Jace and that group.
We are unsure. They're arriving one by one. But I've mostly been out finding living stragglers such as yourselves.
So, Teria is gonna let them have their conversation, and she's gonna do the thing that, like, you're not supposed to do from that one comic about talking to short people, and she's gonna kneel down in front of Jiro.
I think Churu's used to it at this point. Like, I don't think he takes offense to it. It's not like people in Mirrodin are very respectful of the mirror, to be real. So,
Fair enough.
So he would just sort of look up at you and just cock his head.
And in kneeling down, she would accidentally put her tail out in front of a passerby and trip them.
And just sort of like point at it as they stumble over.
Hey, so where are we? Do you know?
Looks around. Shakes his head left to right.
See, you're not from here either. You don't look like it.
He shakes his head and then produces the chalk. And then it's going to scrawl on the floor. And it's going to draw one world with 5 rays on it. And then 5 rings above for the different suns.
Make an investigation check. not you, but Tabria.
I figured. Natural one.
Yeah, you have no idea what this little idiot's drawing. It's just cool pictures.
That's a really nice flower you got there, buddy. She'd pat him on the shoulder and stand up.
He would just extend his hand, and the chalk would go and just draw one straight line through the whole thing, and it would just vertically up and down like the Phyrexian symbol. And he'd just snap his fingers, and it would just disappear.
The marshal would look over to the weird motley crew that the three of you made up. I suggest we should go meet with the Selesnians. They might want to take you to heal, particularly the Boros Legionary. Yeah.
You need me to
call
carry
me-
you again, big guy?
No, I think I can handle it from here. Thank you, though. It's been much appreciated. But I cannot have my father finding me being held up.
Okay. So,
All right, let's go meet these Selesnya people.
Selesnya.
And he would pump his fist and follow.
Selesnya people. Okay.
I should tell you that this is a city called Ravnica.
So that's where we are? Ravnica?
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Can I make an investigation or history roll to try to know?
No, that's well. I mean, yes, but
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
ever
but
gonna-
actually no.
I mean, go
That's
ahead and
fair.
make your roll.
Okay, that's fair.
You can make
Cheers.
your roll. It's just gonna be a.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a 15. Yeah, I didn't think so.
As she, Estabria says, never heard of it. The marshal looks over. I wish I had.
You're stuck here with us now, bud. So
Wait, what's his name?
Is she talking to the
The Hazda guy.
let me see. Yeah. Ector has the Martian. I'm here to clean up the messes that the guilds make, but it seems like I'm cleaning up everybody's mess at the moment.
I don't think it was the guilds that made this mess.
On the contrary, after what I've heard, I think it was.
And what exactly have you heard then?
As soon as that beacon came online in the Izzet Quarter, these two and many others started blinking into existence.
Chiru reaches a hand over and just like gently sort of tugs
reset.
on his cloth like a little bit to get his attention, and then just puts his hand on the ground and glowing on the ground without the chalk this time, just the word beacon? Question mark?
Point to the giant fucking orb in the sky. I can assume that.
Wait, the beacon? What the beacon?
And the Azorius seem to be in cahoots with whatever this creature is that's inserted itself where the promenade is.
What
Chiru,
creature?
go ahead.
But what creature? What are you talking about?
Have you not seen the four-story tall dragon?
There's a dragon here?
Yes, and it's not Niv Mizzet. We know that.
Bless you.
Oh boy.
Chiru touches his hand to the ground, and the text replaces with a new set of glowing text. It kind of does like that slightly moving sort of thing, like the Mirren trailer text did. And it says, does it control the automatons in the streets? Question mark.
We're not sure. There's sightings that there's a smaller thing controlling this army nearby the Transguild Promenade.
He sort of shakes his hand, and as he does, the text reorders itself, and it says this time, they're stealing magic from the visitors.
Perhaps.
I saw it. All the text just disappears except for those 4 letters, and just they all sort of like arrange themselves again.
In the meantime, a lot of you should stay here. We're going to let the people that started this mess clean it up.
I gotta get home. I can't be hanging out around here.
I think we're stuck here for now is what's happening.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There are these people that are appearing. They're saying they cannot leave because of one reason or another, and I would almost guarantee, after the assassination of Isperia and Dovin Bond's replacement, it was all planned very, very intelligently. That whatever that thing is that's in the middle of where the Azorius seat lay, we believe it's preventing people from leaving. So said the Planeswalkers and the so-called Living Guild Pact.
Not this shit again.
Well, let's just go hear what they have to say, because if we can stay here and get our wits about us, then we can do better, and we will be of more help.
I think Chair would just sort of nod and would just tap his staff, and the text would reappear on the floor again, and it would just say something along the lines of, nowhere is safe. Progress is our only hope. And then just immediately scratch itself out and disappear.
Carrie would just nod a little, and she was rubbing at her temples like she was angry and frustrated.
Mono Blue Doomsayer. So he leads you over to this the group of the Selesnians who are dressed in white and green robes, of course. And an elven woman stands up and approaches and looks down at the Hazda Marshal and gestures. I can take them off of your hands. I'm going to stick with them, make sure they don't get themselves killed. But yes, they do need some healing. And make sure they don't leave. I don't trust them, especially the Boros. Boros are known to be ambitious, especially when they can't be.
When I see a problem, I need to solve it. Sometimes a good meeting can solve it.
Not this time.
You have your ways, I have mine.
I'm hoping that whomever the guild pact and the leader of the, is it, whomever they're speaking to at the moment, I hope they can figure something out.
Now, what is it of the Boros leaders have you heard? Anything?
Aurelius announcing a warband to combat the imminent threats.
And what about Feather?
Feathers leading the angels in the assault.
At least they are all alive so far.
And said that they've activated the Parhelion 2.
Is that dire, is it?
Incredibly so. So much so that I've received reports that they've animated Vichugazi. Only to have it destroyed by some colossus-sized, zombified creature. It is very bad. There's not much we can do.
But is there a war party getting ready?
From what I understand, yes, whatever these people are planning, they're going to need bodies, and unfortunately, we are going to be distractions more than anything.
Then what is it that they want us to do? Just sit around and wait?
If we are able and strong enough, we need to go to the Transguild Promenade, for there are portals, and the Planeswalkers, so they call themselves, need to close it. I'm not sure how, but we will provide a distraction in the meantime.
I'm gonna look to the other two. So how did you get here exactly? And what are your names anyways?
Tavia looked down at the little guy.
Drew would look up at her and kind of shrug and gesture to Tavria to like, go ahead.
Mono
I
Blue,
don't-
always fucking waiting for somebody else to do something.
I can only act if you act. Everything's counters.
My name's Tavria. I don't really know how I got here. I really don't. I was at home, minding my own business, when this weird light showed up. I tried to touch it, and it sucked me in. Against my will.
So you're not. Okay. I'm not going to ask if you are from here or not, because obviously it's a no. And what about you, little buddy?
Little buddy.
Tincture's head would cock, and then he'd sort of like look at you out of one of his eyes like a toucan, and sort of look down a little bit, and scratch underneath his large metal beak. And then he would walk over to the nearest wall and just put his little metal hand on it, and the three fingers would just kind of like scratch into it, and as it does, out of the cracks would form hundreds of little micro fissures that would go up and create like an engraving on the wall. And it would be this giant, like almost frieze of his experience of the last 24 hours, or it'd start with him with a bunch of similarly shaped little mirror, like drawn very stylistically. like running through the rocks from these terrible, like jagged-looking things with the Phyrexian symbol at their chest, and then it would show the things falling on his comrades, and then him with just like a flash of light rays around him, and just him here, like with a bunch of with like a burning city in the background. At the bottom, Chiro would just kind of shrug.
Do you have a name?
He'd take his hand off the wall. The whole thing would just like re-inset because it was just sort of an illusion.
He's gonna.
And
so Sunny's gonna be like, name.
Drew would look up at you and then look down at the ground and then just taking his staff. He wouldn't even like write with matches. He would just write with the sharp end of the staff in the ground. It would just say Chiru.
Chiru. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you both. I am from here, so I got teleported, which was weird. From one side of the city to another. And you may call me Sunny.
That's a pretty cute name for such a big guy.
It's a family name, okay?
That wasn't an insult.
Oh. Well then, thank you.
I'm just gonna give him a pat on the shoulder.
Pat.
Yeah.
Genuine question: how big are you two?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Almost 7 feet tall.
Terry's about 7 feet tall with her horns.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, Chiru's not even up to your waistband. Like he's he's like 3.5 feet tall.
Poor little guy. Don't get stepped
Weird.
on.
Real small. Yeah.
You can ride on my
Large.
shoulder.
He would sort of look at you doing that, and then just kind of.
You look like you're gonna get squished. Should offer him her hand.
He
But probably the
sort of,
size of your whole head.
yeah. He reaches up and puts like one of his hands on your fingers, sort of closes it as like a no thank you gesture, and he just waves his hand, and the text as he taps the staff on the ground would reappear, and it would just say, "I'm used to not being noticed."
I guess he's saying that we're kind of noticeable.
Yeah, well, I'm used to people pretending they're not looking at me, so.
Yes, the only word that appears, and it would just disappear back into the staff.
Yeah.
So you guys, as of right now, have two options, and we'll pick this up next session. You can either assist in the endeavor, and it will be a very deadly encounter. I'm giving you fair warning. It's going to be a very deadly encounter because you're going to be taking on an actual legion, along with other soldiers, but you're going to be taking on an actual legion. Or you can remain here and help out around the place and perhaps learn some things and stuff. Or, like I said, fight or learn. Those are basically your options right now.
I do like learning.
Personally, I want to figure out what the hell is going on and how I can get back home ASAP in character. Obviously.
Okay.
Out of character, I don't want to leave the party, of course, but like in character.
Yeah, so we have one vote for information.
Do I really have to say what Sunny would want to do?
he wants to go kill himself.
Do I really have to say?
Chiru would vote for knowledge. He wants progress, but he wants it, informed. He's not about suicide missions.
Yeah. Terry
Also,
would like
he's
to go
out of magic.
smash some skulls, but she'd rather find out what the hell is going on in this weird place first. So wisdom may be a dump stat for me, but intelligence is not, so not completely bereft of common sense.
So we speak to the Living Guild Pack and Ral next session, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
I'm going to strangle the both of them.
That's a very fair decision.
You're too cute to strangle.
Not you. No, I'm gonna strangle the
Ral-
living guild pact and
Oh yeah, no, they
Ral.
The Living Guild Pact, who was too busy off doing fuck all on other planes instead of like making sure this stuff didn't happen on this plane, which was his actual job.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll be it for this session, folks. This has been session 1 of the Blind Eternities. I hope you're very much looking forward to what comes next. I promise we're not going to spend more than 2 episodes on Ravnica. We're going to do this episode and then the next episode, and then I'm going to let the players do whatever the hell they want and go wherever they want. So,
Woo!
yeah, it's just going to be like a very open, free-form adventure from there. But yeah, I've been joined by a wonderful cast and crew, and I highly recommend you check each and every one of them out on their respective Twitters. Obviously, you can find their Twitters on their second plus one. That would be the last Omnitect, Elise Sword Queen D&D, and Skagwater RPG. Other than that, I'm going to see if we can find somebody to raid out into, and we'll go from there. Let's see. -2 crew is up.
Yo.
Indeed, they are.
-2 crew it is. All right. Thank you so much, folks. I'll catch you in the near future tomorrow with Writer's Block at 6:30 p.m. CST.